Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is my Sunday. I took a little time this morning as well to do home stuff, but now I am here ready to deliver a message. And it's going on with the same theme as yesterday. I have only shuffled my Untamed Elemental deck, and you shall not believe this, we got Moth in reverse again. And we got Pegasus in reverse as well. There are so many things I can say about this. I'm gonna see what comes out of my mouth. So Moth, remember we were talking about how this can be in reference to higher sources of being the moth and all, clairvoyance. If you don't believe in any of these things, I don't know what you're doing watching a tarot reading. Nevertheless, thank you for being here. But Moth reverse talks about us not embracing that is coming in, or us having difficulty embracing it, having difficulty understanding what is going on. Like I said before, when information comes in, when you're tapped into source, and I hope I can convey this properly, concepts are all around you. It's like fog. It's all around you and you can see it, but you can't really grab it. You can touch it, but you can't really grab it. So it's like trying to bring together all of the fog and put it into a concise space so that you can convey it to other people. Trying to put different ideas in an order so that you can understand it as our human brains allows us to. And well, for me, it's conveying because I'm giving these messages out, right? But that might not necessarily be your case. Maybe your case is maybe you're just tapping into that. Maybe you saw something at the corner of your eye. Maybe you dreamt something. Maybe there's like words that you don't understand that keep circling your mind, and you've tried to verbalize them and they sound odd because they're not your language. They might not be English, they might not be Spanish, whatever your language is. There's so much information out there. And when you start tapping into that information, it can be very overwhelming, it can be scary. And sometimes our wanting to, our survival instinct, our defense mechanisms come into play, and we reject these new experiences. The thing is that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna go away. If you're having more, if they're becoming more frequent, if they're becoming heavier, the best thing you can do is try to understand what is going on. Like I've said before, write them down. It's not gonna make sense at first, probably, but you'll start seeing patterns. Eventually, you'll start understanding what it's about. Anyway, Moth reverses that. And then we have Pegasus, but reversed as well. So Pegasus talks about letting your freak fly. Not just embracing, but liberating yourself. If it's in the reversed, it's the same message as the moth, but I guess in a different being. Both Pegasus and Moth are winged beings. They allude to flight, to freedom. And when they're reversed, there is a suppression at play. So you need to tap into whatever, you're already tapped in if this is you. Now you need to just really bit by bit have patience with it, don't have any expectations from it, because every single person gets this information differently. I can only tell you how I experience it. Every other card reader, psychic, whatever it is, everybody gets the information differently. Sometimes we get the same information in different forms. Anyway, it's a whole world. So really have patience with it, but try not to be afraid of it, because being afraid of it is going to cause rejection. And like I said, this is not something that's just gonna go away. It's there for a reason. There is something there that you need to learn, whether it be for your greater good or the greater good of people in general. How I'm doing, I don't feel like these are strictly for me. I feel like these messages are meant to be conveyed to people that need to listen to them. Now, when it comes to this message in particular, all of the messages apply to everybody. But this message in particular really is for everybody, because we are all going through an awakening, whether you believe it or not. Now, if we're all stepping into something, let's say a building, and you have no idea what's going on the other side, wouldn't you like to have a better idea of what's going on? That's what's happening. You're getting the information for what is to come. And it's not like watching a movie. You can fast forward, or you can binge watch it, or a book, you can buy the Cliff Notes. No, you have to live it. You have to have patience, and you must really tap into courage, because sometimes it can be scary. The unknown is scary. Anyway, I can go on forever with this, and I do love a good conversation and a debate about this subject in particular, but that's not what we're doing here. We are reading cards. So Mystic Mondays again, I'm really trying to embrace this new deck and see where it takes us. So, Moth and Pegasus, clarify this message. This message, there's a lot, but I feel like I should take them. Okay. Yeah. So. Under Moth, it's funny, I think I've mentioned this before. It's not only the words or the descriptions of the cards that talk to you. To me, the colors talk to me a lot as well. Now, under Moth, see how, there's yellow for sure, but it's a predominantly dark card with lots of blue and green and yellow. We have Justice, and we have the Moon. Lots of blue. Maybe research what blue means. Blue, this kind of blue is a darker tone. It talks about the sky with the moon. It talks about the sky. The depths of the water. See, like she's in a glacier, but you can kind of see the reflections or the bottoms of the glaciers. There's a lot we can talk about all of this, but blue really is not a spiritual color, but like an in-depth color. It's like submerging yourself in knowledge or wisdom. Anyway, Justice and the Moon reversed. So, Justice isn't only, when we talk about it like in plain words, in plain situations. Wow, we're already at 9 minutes. We usually think of justice as something that is decided for us, like a judge or society. But we create our own justice as well. We impose our own justice as well on ourselves and on others. Now, we need to be fair. with ourselves, to be just, right? And with the moon, I mean, justice, you need to be objective, to be just, to be fair, objectivity. And with the moon reversed, moon talks about that which is hidden, that which is not very clear. With the moon reversed, it means that you are going in. This is happening. With the month, it means that it's not very clear. But with the moon at the end of these three, talks about the answers coming to you, clarity being revealed. But it's up to you. You're the one that's going to create a just situation for yourself. You're the one that's going to be the judge of whether you continue on this path or you leave it. It is a choice, but I do feel like it's a choice that's done subconsciously, not consciously. So there's some people that suffer a lot with these kinds of things because they feel like they don't want to continue on this path. But subconsciously, there's something that does. So fear can be either very forward, very frontal, or it can be very unconscious. With this situation, I feel like fear is very conscious, but the will to proceed is very subconscious. And you're starting to realize it. Something's starting to click. You're starting to understand, and the fear is starting to like subside. It's starting to lose power. That on this end. Let's put these in order. And then with Pegasus, with that creamy color, yellowish, it's like a lighter tone, even though it's reversed. We have the 10 of Wands. See how everything comes to light. Do these backwards. And then the 9 of Pentacles. I do feel like the 9 of Pentacles is something of a warning. So let's digest this. Whatever it is that you're encountering, it's going to be heavy. I feel like you realize that, and that's why fear is present. When you start getting downloads, when you start tapping into this kind of life, I'm not saying everybody has this, but I do think that we all get a sense of the responsibility that comes with it. There is a massive responsibility that comes with this information for yourself and for others. For me, it's for myself and for others because I'm trying to convey these messages to whoever needs to hear them. If it's just for you, then you have a massive responsibility to yourself to really develop this because your soul is calling you out to do it. And recognize that yes, you need to do it, but it's very scary. It's the unknown. It's hard. It's like, I understand at some level quantum physics, but I could never explain it to you. At least I don't think I could. It's in my head, it's in the ether around me, but I can't verbalize it. I can't break it down for you. I can break down cards for you, this I am doing. But there is a link between quantum physics and the quote unquote unknown. It's just what we don't understand yet. There is more to life than what we've been taught or we constantly experience day to day. Again, this is a very long subject. So with Pegasus reverse, it's really asking you to let your freak flag fly. Embrace whatever it is that's happening to you. It's not gonna happen immediately, but if you start looking at it from I'm surprised that the Hangman is in here. But if you really do start looking at it from a different point of view, from an eagle eye point of view, from a Pegasus in theory can fly very high, you will see things differently. The thing is that with the 9 of Pentacles reversed, this is not a good sign. This is talking to us about ego, right? So maybe when the pentacles are upright, it means that you're almost at the point of achieving your goals and you can enjoy, you can reap the fruits that you've sown. But with the 10 of Wands, Pegasus reverse, and this being reverse, it means like this is, you feel like this is more of a burden. And if you think of it as a burden, it's going to be a burden. If you embrace it, it's going to be a massive advantage. It's going to be a blessing, not a burden. This message is very difficult to, not to convey, but to really take in for whoever it is that's like all of you that are going through this. It's not easy, man. The spiritual path is not a straight line. Yes, there are books about it, but like I said, it's a mixed bag. It's like some people will have similar experiences to you, and there's stuff that you're gonna read or gonna watch that will not resound at all. It's up to you to decipher it, and I think that something that's very important that people don't really mention when reading books or finding information is that these people who wrote these books or who put the information out there walked that path, right? They didn't just read other people. I mean, some sure. Some people just read other people's books, take whatever they want from that information, and then make it into another book, which is just like ridiculous to me, but I mean, there's the ego for you. But some people actually walked that path. Some people actually experienced these things. So take what you can, just like with the card readings, whatever resounds to you, and then let yourself experience the knowledge. There is a great level of compassion and empathy for people who are going through this because it's very hard. Life itself is hard. For me, physical life is very hard. Since I was little, I was like, what is this work week thing? Like, it blew my mind. And why is it 5 days and I only get 2 days to rest? The entire concept of society was just like, this is bullshit. And yet here I am trying to embrace it because my body lives here and it has to experience this, like we all do. Okay, so I'm just gonna do these two because they're a lot. This is central headquarters. So the messages that you're getting are from central headquarters. I feel like whoever needs to hear this, not that you have an important mission, but you do have an important role to play. And you're getting information from the source, not from somebody else's books. The information is coming straight into you. So yes, that can be very overwhelming. But like I said, if you think of it as a good thing, your perspective changes and your defenses come down and the process is less painful, fearful, etc. And then does consciousness ring a bell? Consciousness. If you're going through this experience, I highly suggest meditation. For some people, it's very, very easy to meditate on their own. For most people, it's very hard. Especially because we have stigma surrounding meditation. The bell is ringing. The bell is ringing. For you, the bell is ringing constantly. The door is knocking. there's, yeah. But for some people need help. Some people need help meditating. Most people need help meditating. It's not impossible. If you're one of those people that think like, I can't meditate, yes, you can. You just need to learn how. I suggest you find a teacher that teaches you to meditate. If you practice yoga, super easy. Yoga teachers they're a blessing. We really do help a lot of people switch off of the crazy, at least for an hour. But some teachers are very, very good at teaching you how to meditate. I have a very good teacher that I'm blessed to have recommended to me by another yoga teacher, and he lives here. He's not here at the moment. He's on vacation, and I miss him. I hope he sees this at some point. But he's amazing, and if you know of somebody, reach out. If you don't, and you know somebody in the world of yoga or meditation or whatever, reach out, because they will help you a lot. They will guide you through the things. It doesn't necessarily mean that they know what's going on with you, but they will know about meditation. And this will help you on your path. It's a very massive message squeezed into 20-something minutes. This is not a one day. It is your Tuesday message. It is tarot reading number 9. But have patience with yourself, have compassion with yourself, and seek help. Help will be very helpful, and it will help you understand a lot. And like I said, fear will dissipate, and you will start to embrace this new, I hate calling things power, because I automatically think of a Marvel movie, and I am not okay with those. But it is kind of like a superpower. You're tapping into something that the rest of humanity doesn't really understand or know or have or aren't there yet. Anyway, super, super, super big message that can go on for hours, but this is what I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it reaches you. Like and subscribe. Lots of love.